Hello everyone, this is Mayank Sanghvi from vlemon.com and I'm back with another IBM Cognos 10 Report Studio tutorial video, and in this video we will learn how to create a week-to-date report in IBM Cognos 10. The key points which we are going to cover in this video is: first, what is week-to-date; second, we are going to learn the concept for week-to-date and how to create a calculation for week-to-date, and then we are going to create a report for week-to-date. Finally, we are going to create a report to compare data between current week and the last week data. For this video, we are going to refer this blog post. The blog post URL is available in the description of this video, or you can click on this notification icon. This is the image for the sample report which we are going to create in this video. In this report, we have a line chart and then we have a cross tab. In this report, we are comparing the data for the current week and the last week. So let me switch back to my blog post. The prerequisite for this video is you need to download this data file. In this data file, we have two columns. First one is the visit date. It is a date for the visitor. Second is the visitor location, country. For personal, group or online training, contact us. I already created a FM package for this vlemonvisitor.csv file. For you need to create the FM package and then you need to publish the FM package on IBM Cognos connection. I did not implemented any business logic at FM layer, so you need to import this CSV file as it is. You don't need to add any logic in FM layer. Simply import in the FM and then create a package and publish it on IBM Cognos connection. Next, what is week to date or WTD? In some scenarios, you need to create a report for current week. If you are creating a report for the first day of the current week till the current date, then such type of report is known as week to date report. So let's read the definition for week to date. Week to date report or WTD refers to the period beginning the first day of the current week up to the current date. We need to calculate the date based on the start day of the week. What this means? Okay, so let's say your week is starting from the Monday, then you need to consider it. If your week is starting from Wednesday, then you need to create the calculation based on Wednesday. How? We are going to discuss this in concept. So for the calculation, first we need to find the current date. To find the current date, we are going to use Cognos function current_date. For the concept, I am going to open Report Studio. I am going to create a new blank report, or let me select list. Click on OK. Now I'm going to open the Query Explorer. Let me rename this to sample query. Double click, and now I'm going to add a data item. Now the first thing, based on using the current date, I need to find the start day of the week. Okay, so let me first find the current date. So I'm going to rename this to current date. To get the current date, we are going to use current_date. This expression is going to return the current date. Let me click on OK, and let's click on Tool or Run, View Tabular Data. So we have our current date. Next thing, I need to find the day of the week. For this, I'm going to again add a data item, and I'm going to say day of week. This is to find the day of week. I'm going to use another Cognos function. The function is day_day_of_week. Then we need to find the date. Okay, our date is current_date. For day of week, we require two arguments. The first argument is the date, and the second argument is the start day of the week. For us, the start day of the week is Monday. Okay, so the possible values for the second argument is from 1 to 7. 1 is for Monday, 2 is for Tuesday, and so on. Our week is starting from Monday, so I'm going to type 1 and then close the bracket. This expression is completed successfully. Validate it, everything is fine. Click on OK, and we are going to test this, and this is the output. Current date is the 29 and day of week is 7. Now if I am going to subtract 7 from the current date, we will get the last Sunday date, but I want last Monday date. Okay, so instead of 7, we are going to subtract 6 days from the current date. It means whatever value you are going to get using day of week function, you need to reduce it with -1 and then subtract the result from the current date. Okay, so let me open Report Studio and I'm going to add another data item and I'm going to rename it to a date of Monday. In the expression, we are going to use another Cognos function. This time we are going to use _8_days. 8 days function. 8 days function required two arguments. The first one is the date and second one is the integer. Okay, it returns the date or date time depending on the format of the date. For 8 days, we require two arguments. The first argument is the date and the second argument is an integer. In the integer, you need to provide the number of days you need to add or subtract from the current date. Perform an addition, you need to provide a positive value. To perform a subtract, you need to provide a negative value. So this is the example. In 8 days, I am providing 29th of July 2018. If I am going to provide 1, then 8-day function is going to return 30th of July 2018. If I want to perform a subtraction, I am going to enter -1 instead of 1. Okay, then this same function is going to return 28th of July 2018. Okay, so let me quickly open Report Studio. Now here, let me first copy the code from my previous data item. So this day of week is returning the number of days which we want to subtract from the current date. Okay, so let me copy this. And then I'm going to replace it with this expression. So day of week, current date, (1) is returning 7. But we need to reduce only 6 days. So that's why I'm going to reduce one value. This number is a positive number. I want a negative number. So that's why multiply this value with -1 into -1. Now this expression is in negative. Okay, so we got -6. So let me quickly test it and let me show you the output. So we have -6. Now we need to add -6 in 29. If we are going to perform 8 days, if we are going to use 8 days function, then we are going to get the date of Monday. So let me quickly open date of Monday data item. I'm going to use 8_days. Okay, then we need to use current_date and the number or the integer which we want to add in the current date is this. Close the bracket and let's test the expression. Nothing is wrong. Click on OK and this is the output. We have our start date and we have our end date. We are going to use it to find the data for the current week. So let me close this and I'm going to create a new query. Okay, inside new query, so let me rename it to current week data. That's it. Inside this, I'm going to add visit date and country. Okay, for me I have more than 2 columns, but for you have only 2 columns. So let's run this view tabular data. This is the data, but I want the data in this format. This is the data in the CSV file, but we want data in this format. So we need data in this format. Okay, weekdays and visit. We have 7 days in a week, so that's why in our table we have 7 rows. And then in the second column we need to find the count of visitors. In this data we have record for each visit, but we want to find the count of visitor based on weekday. Okay, so how we are going to perform this calculation? So let me open Report Studio. The first one is the visit date. So let me open this and I'm going to quickly rename it to weekday. I already show you a function where we are calculating the week of the day. We are calculating day of week. So we are going to use the same function here. So let me copy this and I'm going to paste it just here. So day of week, then our visit date, our week is starting from Monday. So this is going to return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, this function is going to return integer. Now I want a data in this format. So let's add or concatenate date space plus our integer. First part is the string, second part is the integer. So our report is going to fail. To avoid this, we are going to cast this integer into a varchar with size 2. Okay, let's test this expression. Nothing is wrong, everything is fine. Our first column is ready. Next, we need to find the count of visitors. For this, I'm going to open country and inside this, I'm going to use count function. Okay, then, I need to copy this. So we are going to use count function and then we need to provide the count of column. For, we need to perform count based on weekday. So to add weekday just here. Finally, close the bracket, test the expression, nothing is wrong, click on OK, save the report. Okay, so our query is almost ready. Let's test this. Okay, so we got the data in the required format. Next, in our file, we have data for the entire year. So this value is not correct. We need to filter the data. So how we are going to filter it? For this, I am going to close this first and then I am going to quickly add a filter here. Okay, and in the expression for the time being, click 1. What we are going to enter here? For this, let me open my sample query. I am going to click on run and view tabular data. We want these two dates inside the filter. Okay, so the first we need to filter out the data based on the current date and the date of Monday. So this is the expression for current date. So let me copy this. Simple current underscore date. Let me open current week data inside this. I'm going to paste current date. Okay, and then let me again open sample query. This is the expression for second date. So I'm going to copy this, cancel. I'm going to open current week data and inside filter we are going to paste just here. So on which column we are going to apply filter? Of course, visit date. So let me open this. I want to use visit date. Okay, now we are going to use between clause. Visit date must be between date of Monday and current date. Okay, so this is the expression for the filter. On my blog post, it is more organized. This is the expression for the filter. Okay, so let me click on OK. And now I'm going to check the out day 1. Okay, so our weekdays are not in the correct order. So let's fix this issue first. So I'm going to open properties and I want to arrange everything based on weekday. So I'm going to select sort ascending. Again, click on run and click select view tabular data. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 and day 6. So something is wrong. What is wrong here? Why we are not getting day 7? Because our visit date is in our visit date column we have date time, but here we are getting only the date. To fix this issue, we are going to convert everything in a date. Okay, so I have the final expression on my blog post. This is the expression. We are going to use cast operation on each date. Okay, we are converting everything in a date. So let me quickly copy this entire filter code and I'm going to paste it just here. Okay, the expression is same, only we are performing a cost operation on visit date, current date and our date of Monday. So let me quickly check everything is fine. Click on OK, and finally I'm on run view tabular data. Now we have correct data for the current week. Okay, so let me close this. So our query for the current week is done. Next, we are going to find the records for last week. For this, I'm going to first open Query Explorer and I'm going to create a copy for current week data query. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste it just here, and let's rename it to last week data. It is done. Okay, we only need to change the filter condition to get the last week data. Okay, so what we are going to change here? So let me close this and let me open the calendar. So today is 29th of July 2018. Okay, and this is the current filter condition. So using current date we are getting 29, and using this expression, which expression? This expression, we are getting the date of Monday. In this expression we are performing a -1 on day of week. If we are going to remove this -1, we will get the date of last Monday. Okay, so using this we are going to find the date of last Sunday. So let me open my blog post, and this is our current filter condition, and I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it just here. Okay, and let me quickly remove -1. Okay, now we have the date for Sunday. Next, we need to find the date of Monday. So let me again open my blog post. Okay, so we have the date for 22nd. Using this expression, we are getting the date of last Sunday. Now we need to find the date of last to last Monday. Okay, we want to find 16. For this, in this expression, if we are going to add +6, 22 minus 6, we will get 16. So that's why we are adding +6 in this. So day of week is going to return 7, and then we are going to add 6 in this, and if we are going to reduce 13 from the current date, we will get the date 16. Okay, now again remember I'm getting 7 here only because today is the Sunday, or on 29th of July 2018 is Sunday. If you are executing this report on 28th of July 2018, then definitely you will get 6. For running this report on 28th of July 2018, you don't need to change anything. It is automatically going to handle by all these expressions. Now to find the date of Monday, let me delete +6 from here, because we need this on our top expression, or top, we need +6 here. I removed -1 and I added +6. Okay, let's test this, or just for demonstration, let me first copy this expression, and I'm going to quickly open our sample query. Run view tabular data. Okay, so we got the date for last week, 22nd of July 2018 and 16th of July 2018. Okay, so finally let me open Query Explorer, last week data, and again I'm going to click on run view tabular data. So this is the data for last week. Okay, so let me close this. Now the next thing, I need to club the data for both the query. Before clubbing, I'm going to quickly add another data item which is used to differentiate the data between these two queries. So I'm going to simply say week. So right now I am in last week data query. So here I'm going to simply type last week. Okay, let's test this. Everything is fine. Close. Now I'm going to copy this and I'm going to open current week data and I'm going to quickly paste it just here. Oh, so something is wrong. Let me quickly add a new data item. I'm going to name it week. In the expression I'm going to type current week. Okay, why I'm performing this step? If I'm not going to add this data item, we are not able to find the data for the current week and data for the last week. Okay, in our final query, I'm going to create our final query. In the final query, I'm going to perform a union operation. So visitors, hit enter. I'm going to perform a union operation. Union current week and last week. Save your report. Open the query for visitors and add these 3 columns. Finally, click on run, view tabular data. So day 1, day 1, day 2, day 2, day 3, day 3, day 4, day 4, day 5, day 5, day 6, day 6, day 7, day 7. Okay, let's assume we don't have this column. Then you're not able to identify which row is for the current week and which row is for the last week. We are done. Now, what is next? Next, we need to quickly create our line chart and cross tab. I'm going to perform a Control X operation. Why I'm not deleting this? Because our sample query is associated with this list. If I'm going to perform a delete, it is also going to delete our sample query. I don't want to delete my sample query, so that's why I'm going to perform a cut operation. There is no need to retain sample query. It is only for the explanation purpose, because I want to share this report with you. That's why I don't want to delete this sample query. Okay, so what is the next? We need to insert a table. In this table we have 1 column and 2 rows. Click on OK. In the first row we are going to add our chart, and I want to use a line chart. Select it, click on OK. And first thing, we need to change the query for this. I want to use visitors. Next we are going to add measure. So it's a country. I need to rename it to visits. Okay, so let me quickly rename it. Okay, let me open a report page, and now we are going to open source data items, and I'm going to select visits, and I'm going to drop it on the default measure. On the x-axis we want to display weekdays, and we want 2 series. One is for week 1 and another is for week 2, so that's why we are going to use week. Okay, so our line chart is done. Next we need to add a cross tab. For this I'm going to select cross tab, drag and drop it here, and I want to use visitors query. Click on OK. I want to open data item. I want to add visits, and then I want to select a week on rows and weekdays on columns. Okay, save this report and run this report and hope for the best. Something is wrong. We are not getting anything. To resolve this issue, open queries, current week data, select these two, expand, And aggregation function, let's change it to automatic and automatic. Similarly, open last week data, select these two columns, change the aggregate function to automatic and automatic. Save this, run your report one more time. And here is the output. Now I changed the size of graph, I changed the alignment for both the cells, I added a header. So all this thing I'm not going to demonstrate. For all the cosmetic changes, you need to perform all the cosmetic changes. Upcoming videos, we are going to discuss about MTD, QTD and YTD. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to click on like, subscribe, share it to your friend, provide your feedback, and see you all in next IBM Cognos 10 Report Studio tutorial video.
Some important URLs.